Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Real Talk Live with Arnette D. Love. Listen, I really wasn't trying to come on right now. And I guess it was meant for me to come on because the phone fell and the camera turned on. Look at here. So must be something that needs to be said, y'all. And I have no idea what it could possibly be. But I started with don't let people's fantasy. Don't be fooled by people's fantasy. I was trying to eat my little salad. I got something I gotta do in a few, but we're gonna talk story right quick. So don't let people's fantasy fool you. Meaning, don't be up here all on Facebook and all on social media, TikTok and all that other stuff, and believe everything you see. Believe in all of this happy-go-lucky living, and what they like to say, we are team goal and all that stuff. Don't be believing all that stuff. Well, people will have you thinking that they're living this perfect life. Understand that nothing is perfect. Everything takes work. Everything takes work. And just because you're having some obstacles, that's your struggle. That's the journey that you have to take. It doesn't mean that the person that you see smiling and grinning on your Facebook and on your TikTok and all that stuff are not having obstacles as well. Okay? But we want, in order to make them coins, people will make you believe that it's all good in the hood. It's all well. It's all swell. And they actually themselves are going through some stuff, honey. Can you imagine some of them arguments, some of them fights that these couples be having? I bet it'll shock us all if we could see it. So don't be fooled just because somebody's showing you their fantasy, somebody's showing you that they get along all the time. There ain't that much getting along all the time in the world. Come on, y'all. We got to be more realistic. We got a life to live, and we're going to have to go through our own struggles, our own trials, our own tribulations. It's called our journey, and we're going to have to go through our journey, and we don't need to compare our journey with anyone else's journey, okay? What we do here is, through transparency, you can show people that you're not by yourself. You show people that, okay, just like you're having issues, I'm having issues too. Just like you have concerns, I have concerns too. You have struggles, I have struggles. You have monetary issues, so do I. That's what transparency shows, okay? I'm eating a salad, y'all. That's what transparency shows, okay? That's what it should show. It should not make you envious of anybody's lifestyle. It should not make you feel like you're not doing enough. You're not where you're supposed to be. What it should do is show you that, okay, this is how I could be living, but I'm still going to go through my trials and tribulations. I'm still going to have issues. I'm still going to have times where I just don't know what to do. And that's what it is. But we got to stop looking at people's videos and thinking that, oh, they living their best life. We all have issues. What's up, Sonny? We all have issues. We all have them. And we're going to have to deal with it. You know, the other day, I did a post. The other day, I was outside, y'all, cutting trees down. I mean, I had my electric saw, and I was cutting them bushes, and I was cutting little trees, little mini trees down, right? And so my son came up, and my son was like, what you doing out here? And I said, I got to cut these bushes and stuff. And he was like, well, I told you were going to do it. I was going to do it. I said, but you told me you were going to do it last week, and you didn't do it. So somebody got to do it, right? And so I was like, there's a lot of stuff I need done around this house. I need this, and this done. I'm going to have to do this. I'm going to have to do that. And because I want to be doing this and that. And so my son had to remind me that all his life, and my son is about 30 years old, all his life, I have done everything on my own. I have been the sole parent. I have been the sole provider. I have been, you know, the keeper of the house, the keeper of everything. I've been the one that made sure that he was sent to college. I've been, and both of my children. I have been there all alone. And he reminded me, don't get it confused with what you see your friends doing that have husbands and whatnot. Don't confuse your life with theirs, because you on your own. They have help. You have done things on your own that many people wouldn't be able to do alone. I mean, this is my son telling me this, and I'm sitting back absorbing all of this, because I'm like, my child has watched me do this in life. They have watched me take care of them and take in other people's kids, because y'all know, if you know me, you know that's what I used to do. I wasn't a foster home. I just wasn't going to let a child not be able to be comfortable while they're in school. So if it was a child that needed stable living, I allowed them to come and live with me. And I took care of them as if they were my own children. Because sometimes all they need is love. Sometimes all it takes is love. And I might not have had a lot, but what I had, I didn't mind sharing. Now, my son, on the other hand, the baby boy, he had a few words about sharing, because he had to share all his stuff to include his Christmas and whatnot, but he got over it. But I would take him to church. I would take him around my family for the holidays. And I would give these kids a family some love, you know. It definitely would make them feel comfortable and safe. And to me, that's what's important with children, that they feel safe. Okay? So my children, they point out, my two sons, they point out all this stuff that I used to do, that I've done on my own, you know. And the way I am about myself, it's still some things that I got to get done. You know, I'm all about handling my business. I got to get some stuff done around that house. But, you know, I listen to him, and a lot of times we do things and we don't even realize how much we have done. And we don't realize how much we're doing. But yet we'll see somebody else doing something, and we'll assume automatically that they're doing better than we are. We don't know their struggle. We don't know their story. We don't know if what we're seeing is real, or they just putting on to get them little checks. And let me tell y'all, them checks are real. They do come. So you can support me by sending some stars if you want. They help me get checks, because the checks are real. And so, but we don't know. We don't know. Look at how many of these creators, content creators, excuse me, that's getting charged for different things, especially cruelty to children, right? Got us thinking that the kids living their best life, and you abusing them kids. Baby, I have a problem with that, seriously. I do not play about my babies. I do not play about kids. Older folks. Anybody that's helpless, and, you know, I don't play about that. You do not take advantage of folks. I've always been the person that I don't do bullying. I can't. I have. Bullying is like my pet peeve. I cannot stand to see someone being bullied. I can't stand being around bullies. I don't understand that, but that's a whole different video. But we want to talk about what you see on social media. You sitting here, you thinking, excuse me, you thinking this person has got it going on, and this person that they renting their cars, and ain't nothing wrong with it, because I thought about leasing a car. I want a luxury car, and I'm thinking, you know, it might be better for me to lease this car, and then that way if something happened to it, they'll fix it, and then and when I want to upgrade, I can just go lease me another one. You know, I thought about that. You know, so we have to be careful what we idolize and what we allow our children to idolize. Don't let these people fantasies tear our life apart. These perfect relationships, and so you go and dog out your spouse or your significant other because you want a relationship like that. Stuff that they done broke down the video, making it look like it's happening often. It's probably only happening once a year. And you being envious, thinking that some woman getting more than you getting, or some man getting more than you getting, and then all that was their vacation that they broke down so they can get money for. We have to stop being so gullible. We have to stop being so gullible. We got to stop believing everything we see. Excuse me, y'all. Is why you should eat and talk. We have to stop believing everything we see on social media. Do research, but just know that your time is coming. Your blessing is coming as well. You know, so if you're not where you need to be, that means you need to work a little bit harder. And when you get to where you need to be, you want to work a little bit harder to advance some more. That's all. Your blessing is coming. Be happy for people. I've seen so many haters on Facebook. Y'all know I stay on Facebook. Actually, so many haters on Facebook to the point where they put down the children. How you gonna talk about children? How you talk about people's kids? I mean, with a straight face. You know what I'm saying? I don't really understand that. How do you talk about young women? How do older women put down younger women with a straight face? Come on now. You're supposed to be here to uplift them and guide them. If they're doing something wrong, you're supposed to correct them in love. But we're so jealous hearted, and I said we, I mean you, because I'm not, that we're going to talk bad about the young women that we should be mentoring. You know? See, I had me a mentor. I joined the Army when I was 17 years old. When I was about 20, I hung with a 42-year-old. And that lady was always telling me good stuff. Telling me what I need to do, what I shouldn't do, what's right, what's wrong. She never tried to be my mom. Even when she found out that I was attracted to older men, all she would say is, well, how old is he? And I would tell her, and she would be like, okay, that's good. That's okay. That's good. That's a good age. Period. There was no, he's too old for you, or you shouldn't. No. Mm-mm. She was like, that's fine. That's fine. Be careful. I'm here if you need me. Never try to be my mother. You know? And so, I'm just saying, you don't know what people are going through. All you know is what they show you. That's a good way to look at it. We only know what people show you. Now, I can sit here and I can market all good stuff about my life. All good stuff. But I choose to be real. I choose to be real because I don't want anybody thinking that life is easy. Because they looking at me. Life is not easy, honey. No way, no how. Life is not easy. Life is full of choices, good and bad. Full of people, good and bad. Full of hurt, full of joy. But it's life. excuse me, and we have to live it, and we have to live it abundantly in the fullest. We have to live it. Live your life. Stop trying to live like Tom, Dick, and Harry. Stop it. Because you're going to find yourself unhappy. Oh, this chicken. What I did, y'all, I went to Cracker Barrel and had a meal, and then I saved the salad and the piece of the chicken. But I don't really like my chicken extra crispy. I don't like that. But anyway, we have to stop looking at people and judging ourselves off of them. We don't know what people are going through. We don't know. We don't have a clue. Okay, and you start mimicking other people's life, you end up worse off than where you are. Let me give you an example. You got all these people out here taking these trips, their vacations and all this stuff, right? You don't know whether those folks are in a vacation club or anything. You don't know if they've been saving and putting money aside for these vacations for years. But you jump up because you want a vacation now. And you take your hard-earned money and start paying for vacation. Forgetting that you got bills, forgetting that you got children in school, forgetting that you got to eat. Next thing you know, you broke as a joke. Trying to pay for a vacation that you probably should have waited for or sat out and saved up for properly. Right? That's what we don't want to do. We don't want to allow people's fantasy to become our reality and mess up our current status. Okay? We don't want to do that. That's the cars. You think because you a certain age, you're supposed to have a certain car. You think because you're a certain age, you're supposed to live in a certain type of house. Right? You got to be satisfied, and I say you as in we all. You have to be satisfied with what you're blessed with. You got to take care of what you have now before it's elevated, before you get something better. If you can't take care of the little stuff, how are you going to take care of the big stuff? If you can't barely afford your mortgage or your rent, how are you going to go out here and double the mortgage and think you're going to be able to afford it? Just because somebody made it look good on paper. Because they're going to always make it look good on paper for that sale. We have to slow down and stay within our lane, stay within our tax bracket, and do things accordingly. You know, myself included. Because I do want me a luxury car. Now, I never wanted a luxury car. I never wanted one. Now, I want one, right? But I know that love right now can't get a luxury car. Because I got too many things to do in between now and luxury car. Now, can I afford to go get a luxury car? Yeah, I can make it affordable. Would I be struggling? Probably so. Right? So why would I do that? Why would I do that? Just because somebody over here got one. Why would I do that when I know that it's not financially feasible for me? is not financially feasible for me. Why would I do it? Because I'm trying to keep up with the Joneses. That's the only reason to do it. Excuse me. Because I'm trying to keep up with the Joneses. We don't need to do that. We don't need to let these fantasy videos influence us to do something that's going to take our life in a spiral downward motion. Okay? Stop being gullible. Stop believing everything. Now, you're going to believe in yourself. You're going to believe that one day, y'all ignore my flaws. I don't have any makeup. Or none. You're going to believe that one day you are going to be successful. You're going to live as if you're already there mentally. Okay? You're going to live like that. I walk around like I got thousands in my pocket. Thousands. Okay? But I know where I am. I know where I stand. I don't act upon it as if I got thousands in my pocket. But I know where I stand. And that's what we need to do. We need to stop letting people's fantasy worlds and fantasy videos and all that stuff influence us the wrong way. You don't get me wrong. When you're ready to make that move, you make that move. But as long as you know that you're not ready, whereas you haven't weighed all of the pros and the cons, take your time. Move slow on it. Trust me. Move slow. Your time is coming. It is not a race. It's not a competition. Your life is not a competition. Who are you competing with? Who are you competing with? What do you get at the end of the competition? Because if you lose the competition, I can tell you at the end, you're going to get a whole bunch of bills that you can't pay. Probably embarrassment for real. And a whole bunch of sadness and disappointment. So who are you competing against in this life? Take your time. Let it come when it comes. And let them come when they come. When they come. See, it might not be meant for you to do everything on your own. There might be somebody coming in the gap to help you. Y'all don't like this kind of teaching. But I'm telling you, it might not be you by yourself. It might be you and somebody else. That's going to get you. It's going to catapult you to where you're supposed to be and where you want to be. Stop believing in all these dreams that other people are showing you. Make yours happen. Entrepreneurship, make it happen. You might have to feed your business by working for somebody else's business. Nothing's wrong with that. But never give up on your business. Keep pushing. Keep striving to do better. And keep having confidence in yourself. And it's not going to happen overnight. So know that in advance. But don't let anybody else influence you to do something that you're not ready for. Remember, listen, thank you for watching Real Talk Loud on that love. Need love? Remember that God loves you and I love you. And make sure you love yourself and you can properly love someone else. Listen, until we shall meet again, may you have the wonders of the world. Take care of yourself.